Well, welcome to another Pickleball for Life video. Sanjay Saint here with Jess Reynolds, my terrific trainer. And so Jess, I am at a computer all day.
Right.
And after I work, I want to play pickleball, but I'm slouching. And I'm wondering, are there some exercises I can do in between playing pickleball so I can stand straight, kind of at military attention, which will help me out on the courts?
Yeah, for sure. When it comes to posture exercises, you just want to think about what your habits might be. Like, for example, with you know, slouching because you're at your computer. Some people stand with their hips forward. So when you choose the exercises that you want to do, you want to try to help correct your habits that you've developed from having repetitive motion. So in the next few, we're going to focus on the most common one, which is the forward slump with the upper body.
Okay.
But there are others that you can add into this if you want to. So we're just going to start with a nice stretch. This is like one of my members' like crowd favorites, I would say. So you're just going to get on your foam roller and you're going to scooch your tail to the very edge and lay your spine right along the length of the roller, and then kind of like scooch your head as far away from your tail as you can.
And this is going to help with the posture?
Yeah, we're going to open up the chest and shoulders. This is a stretch for that. So as you're setting up, you want to keep your spine as fully connected to the roller throughout the whole stretch. And just start with your palms up. And I like to tell people it's like a clock, hands of a clock. So this would be like 9 and 3. And then arms are straight, and not everyone can touch the ground. That's fine. You just want to feel a stretch across the front. And then you're going to slide your hands from 9 and 3 to, if you're thinking of the hands of a clock, 10 and 2. And we're going to go from 10 and 2 to 11 and 1. And when you go to 11 and 1, there is a tendency for people to lift their rib cage off the roller. So you need to push or just keep your back connected to the roller. So 10 and 2 to 11 and 1, keeping the back fully connected to the roller. You should feel a nice stretch right here in the armpit area. Your elbows are straight. Your hands do not have to be on the ground. And then we're going to go from 11 and 1 to 12 and 12. So straight overhead. And when you do this one, sometimes people have like a little pain point. So you just, let's say you're moving from 11-1, my shoulder. All you do is move that arm up toward the ceiling and move to 12 and 12, and then let it stretch. Okay, and then snow angel down. And you can repeat that as many times as you want, actually, but the goal is to stretch out this chest and shoulder area, okay? And then what I would do together with that, these are called scap squeezes. So your shoulder blades here are your scapula. You put your hands, you're bending your elbows at 90 degrees. I'm gonna let Sanjay stay facing forward. I'm gonna face sideways, and all I'm gonna do is squeeze my shoulder blades together and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and then move gently forward and back, 3, 2, 1. And what you want to notice here, if you're using your neck, try to push that big space between ear and shoulder, and you don't want to activate those muscles in the neck. Forward and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. So the combination of those two, the goal is to open up the chest and activate the muscles in the upper back to help you stand up taller.
Great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel better already, Jess. What else can we do for the posture?
Yeah, so another couple things you can do. One common one that people experience is like this forward head from the phone, the computer, and driving. So this is a simple exercise to help activate these muscles right here, and so you can hold your head up taller. And I just call it the double chin. And I'm going to face this way, and I'll have you face forward. You can just hold your hands at your side with your mouth closed and just make a double chin, and then forward chin, back, and just hold. And you should feel these muscles here, just activating them. When you go forward with your chin, you don't have to exaggerate it and do like too much here. Just kind of do your normal head position and then go back and hold for 3, 2, 1, and 3, 2, 1. And then we can combine that with taking your hands behind your back, lacing the fingers together, straightening the elbows, and pulling your shoulder blades together, opening the chest. You're gonna feel a nice stretch across the chest. And then if you're capable, you can lift your hands off your tush. But you don't have to do that. That just creates a little bit more intensity in the stretch.
Sure does.
Another couple things you can do to continue to improve and like get that military posture, like your power posture for athletics, is going down to our knees on our mat. And this actually, I'm gonna have Sanjay demonstrate, because sometimes getting down here is difficult for people. So Sanjay, you can put your roller right behind your,
okay.
Yeah. So for those of you who can't bend your knees all the way, just put this roller here. You can test it out too, but you wanna get your tush as close to your heels as you can. And then you're gonna reach your hands out until you feel a nice stretch in your back. And then both hands will go to the right, and you wanna think about you're pushing your hips away from your shoulders. And then both hands over to the left. Same thing. And you wanna hold these stretches for about 45 seconds. And then we'll come straight into table pose. So our hands are just below our shoulders. Our knees are just below our hips. So you want to avoid like a lean back or a lean forward. You also want to avoid being on one side more than the other. So equal weight distribution. We tighten our core by drawing our navel in. And then all we're going to do, this is cat-cow. It's really like common in yoga. It's actually from yoga. So this is a great way to get your spine moving and help improve posture. So tuck your tail, round your shoulders, let your head drop down. This would be the cat pose, tightening the core. And you want to hold here for 3, 2, 1. And then push the shoulders down, lift the chin, arch the back. This is your cow pose. Hold here for 3, 2, 1, tuck the tail, round the shoulders, let the head drop down. 3, 2, 1. Lift the chin, push the shoulders down, arch the back. 3, 2, 1. And when you do your cat-cow, you want to make sure that you have your stomach engaged to protect your back throughout the whole motion.
So that's great for posture.
Yeah.
You mentioned a lot about core, and I know I use my core all the time in pickleball. What things can we do to kind of improve core strength?
For sure. So when it comes to your core, you want to start with the basics. And what you want to teach your core muscles to do is to protect the spine and help hold the spine in the neutral position. So the exercises we have here are foundational. Okay, we're going to start with a plank, which almost everybody has done a plank before. So when you do this, you want to think you have gravity below you and you're using your muscles to hold your spine straight, and you're not letting gravity be in charge. You're in charge. So you're on your forearms and your knees are straight, and you want to think in your mind ear, shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle in that nice neutral position. Draw your navel in, push the shoulders down away from the ears. If you start to feel your back, your lower back, one knee goes down, and you can still get a really good like a workout for your core. If you still feel your back, both knees go down. If you have an arch here and you can't get rid of it, squeeze your tush so that your lower back stays neutral. Okay? Nice job, Sanj.
Thank you. Wow.
Next we have side plank. So side plank is another foundational core exercise. Some people with shoulder issues really struggle with this one. So if you start to do this and you feel like there's just no way, that's fine. There's many other core exercises you can do. I'm going to demonstrate the left side down, and I'm going to show 3 progressions. So That left elbow is directly under the left shoulder, and I just line myself up so that my knees, when I lift my tush off the ground, I'm making a straight line from knee to elbow. And you can put your hand up here. You kind of pull your elbow down towards your knees. If that feels easy, you can straighten out one leg, make it a little bit harder. If that feels easy, you can straighten out both legs separate. And if that feels easy, you can stack. So everybody's a little different, and you do what you're comfortable with, and you can progress yourself from there. And we come down. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am. That was good. I like the progression. I like the different options.
Yeah, that's nice because anybody can do it as long as you start with what you're comfortable with. You don't have to force yourself too far, too fast. The next is a lower body hold, and this is also progressive. So when you do this, I gotta move this mic, sorry. When you do this, for some, again, it's very easy. For others, even really like fit in many other ways, people, it's like, what the heck? How is this so difficult? So there's a big range. But the first step is just lifting up those feet off the ground, bend at 90 degrees, and draw your navel in and just tighten the core. If this feels like I'm not doing anything, you can straighten your legs straight up. And if this feels like I'm not doing anything still, you can put your legs just a little bit out. But this is as far as I want you to go, because what I want you to teach yourself is how to activate that core from the belly button down. So you just draw in and you stay here and you say, okay, can I get 10% more from my core? Can I get 10% more? Can I get 10% more? And then you hold it for about 45 seconds. And then you come down. If you ever feel anything in your back, you bend your knees, or you can put one foot down, one leg straight, but don't push through back pain when it comes to your core.
Okay, Jess, so we've done several exercises for posture, several exercises for core. Anything else?
There's one more that I would like you guys who play pickleball to know about, because it's a rotational sport.
Yeah.
So this exercise you do need a band for, but it is, again, going back to what I said earlier, reinforcing, training the muscles to protect the spine during a rotational movement. So all you do is you need something really strong and then a band, and then you line yourself up with this. So you could do a doorway or a cable if you're at a gym, or you could even do this, you could bring a band to the pickleball court and use the fence. You just step to the side until you feel tension, and you put this in your hands, and you just put your hand out, your both hands out like this, and make a really strong triangle.
Are you doing anything?
So when you see people doing this, it looks like, and many times when I've demonstrated it for people, they're like, when does it start? But actually what's happening is this band is pulling me rotationally this way, and depending on my strength, you know, I can step really far away, but I'm using my core to resist. So what I do is I just stand here with neutral posture, and I try to hold super straight against the strength of the band. That's why it's called anti-rotation.
Great, thank you.
Want to try it?
Sure.
There you go. You doing anything?
That's terrific.
Isn't
Wow.
it great?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's actually really difficult, and you can actually, I feel like when you do it, you're like, I can really see how it applies to sport.
Yeah. Fantastic overview of core and posture.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess.